I'm not gonna tell you. And after getting it, get out.
Yeah, I'm still kind of on the fence. I think it would be fine. It's just one of the. Well, we have some flat anyways.
Yeah, and I know that Scott wants more flashing lights. You know, he has made that very clear that he would like more flashing lights closer up on the intersection. But apparently that's not an issue, or that is an issue that they're not wanting to go with. But ultimately it's, you're waiting for larger groups to get there, once you cross over.
Right.
And.
Right.
So you got all the legs down, you can see across the intersection, if the intersection clear, and then the kids.
We're just open,
Yeah.
so.
You know, I think so, when people are getting stressed on that intersection.
Who we got there? What is this?
Or at least, you know, those 2 hours.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, one morning.
Right, I mean, but.
That's just some random company I found on the internet downstairs. Thomson.
It's a horrid intersection.
Yeah, I mean, there's really
You
nothing.
know, I don't.
Yeah, it's your nameplate, picture, which, I mean, we will have to get pictures taken with uniforms.
Really?
Except perhaps Scanlon.
Oh, really? Cool.
But maybe that.
Yeah, no.
Really?
Good kind of fun.
Yeah.
That's where the next one.
Yeah.
Gonna go, which I.
Yeah, I'm gonna be just sitting there.
But we have kids crossing there, we have
Right.
a ton of traffic there. And.
How that bad.
It's amazing. So I think we could-
Yeah, you haven't been to a place where they've given away free pens lately, have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, I took one from the bank,
Yeah, I
the
understand.
darn thing went right. Oh, well,
Attention.
duped.
I said, good.
You know, well, back up now. Yeah, I mean, we'll, affect people, but.
Yeah.
I truly believe that it is safer. for the children.
Yeah. And that's what we're on.
Yeah. And I think.
I
Accomplished.
think so, huh?
Other crosswalk. You know, just west of the school.
Yeah,
Going
and
for
we're
space.
school,
Yeah.
in better location and better lit. And that whole intersection, we have 8 lights.
Yeah.
Full red lights, which used to be.
Yes.
So,
And.
I think you have to factor in that fire department, you know how they are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got another meeting, Jerry.
And they ignore you, they just shake their head and just kind of.
You, they own the world.
Yeah, it's.
They're horrible.
Yeah, give them.
That's,
That's
And then the fire.
Thing about it.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
roads.
I'm hard of hearing and I can hear them from my phone.
They turn them off the phone.
I saved your life yesterday. You should be happy. You don't even know it.
Yeah.
Down at 9:35.
There's in there, what?
Couple did want to move over.
Hello.
Marvin,
All right,
Marvin, look up.
thanks for getting together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just.
Yeah, I just
We
didn't
originally
recognize.
planned to have that meeting.
Yeah, I said directed from,
Reason it didn't work with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank you, appreciate it.
Hi, Marv. Okay, good. It's still on the drive. We got-
I love that last minute stuff. I was on the way home from the Capitol yesterday and got the call, they're like, we need a bunch of these ASAP. I was like,
Did you get my applications?
Yeah, I did.
like,
Yeah, it's in that brown file bin that we have.
You're psycho. No, the blue bit. It's in the-
The green went out back.
Yeah.
Jerry,
How are you?
good and you?
Good. Good.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Yeah. We're at middle school for STEM Day.
Oh,
Happens to you.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know that was happening?
I was at school for 4 hours today.
Yeah, he's very excited about this.
I get the robotics.
wow.
It's now 5:37 tonight. I went last year.
Well, you can put me as a record.
And then there was another. And like.
Oh, I made out the best I could. That's great for you to get home. Is it just them or is it Steve?
It's that ST.
Okay.
Yeah,
Put in
Yeah.
parts, at the same time.
I didn't even know there was a speed.
Yeah.
Is that a, is that more a newer?
We have agendas.
That's.
Agendas?
I
Did you not get an agenda? Okay. I have a couple back here I can grab.
think we all need one.
There's really only one thing.
It's
I need it for scratch paper.
not a big deal.
Come on, Tony, you've been doing this long enough. You should know the order of operations.
Yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's your.
And the grad.
Today, you're doing good.
yeah. I heard it on my really great thing and I will continue doing it.
Question, if, so for the rezone request from Lucas, when the planning commission thinks that, that doesn't need to come to the town board, is that correct?
It will only come to us if they
recommend
we're in
it.
favor of it, then it's like their recommendation to us.
They could bring it to us if they wanted to appeal it. So you can't just appeal it. If there's something
I need another day out.
legally.
I abstained.
I mean.
That was nonsense.
Well,
It's like,
and I'm glad I did. I got
Yeah,
some.
I know.
It's something to hit.
Almost everything we need is comments. Honey is discussion. Honey.
We had
No.
never been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a personal issue that keeps up in him.
People with.
Oh.
Call our meeting to order.
So.
Gary, start us with the pledge. Please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I'll second. We have a motion from Ruth, a second from Logan. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Approval of vouchers.
I've read through them. I'll make a motion to approve payroll and bills in the amount of $57,665.66.
I'll second. Motion from Nathan, second by Logan. Any discussion, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Correspondence, we have Esko all-night graduation party request. Dear friends of Esko graduates, the Esko post-grad party committee, along with dedicated parents, is excited to be planning the class of 2026 all-night grad party. This cherished tradition began in 1989 when a group of parents came together to create a fun, memorable, and most importantly, safe celebration, free from alcohol and drugs for graduating seniors. With the exception of 1 year during COVID, this event has been proudly hosted every year. This year's celebration will take place Friday, May 29th, 2026, immediately following graduation ceremony. Planning is already underway, and our amazing team of parents and volunteers are working hard to ensure the night is packed with fun, laughter, and lasting memories. We need your help. This event thrives thanks to the incredible generosity of local businesses, churches, organizations, and community members like you. Whether it's a donation of food, cash, gift cards, or certificates, every contribution helps us create a night to remember for our seniors. Your support funds an epic evening filled with music, games, food, and prizes, all in a safe and celebratory environment. Thank you for helping us send off the class of 2026 with the unforgettable finale they deserve. So if we would like to make a donation for a motion,
I think we're up to 150 a year, aren't we?
I believe it was 150 last year.
Okay, I'll make a motion to donate 150 for the all-night grad party.
I can second that.
So, motion by Ruth and second by Nathan to donate $150 to the all-night grad party. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next is citizen comments. Do we have any citizens that are here to comment on anything? I can give you your 2 minutes. Hearing none, we'll carry on. Old business, legal RFP. I see in our packets here, we got a couple. Two, yeah. Got 2 candidates, so we will look at these and do we want to try to come up with a day right now that we can?
I think this would be a great opportunity to figure out how we're gonna score them or how we're gonna go through this process before we have any discussion and you know what? I know one idea I just talked to Tiffany about was to whatever our process was when we, the last round or the last couple rounds for our engineering RFP. Assuming a lot of the, you know, some of the questions, I mean, we could certainly come up with a list of questions during the interview that we may want to ask. You know, the scoring, do we score it before we go into the interview and then?
Yeah, we really don't have to do any scoring ahead of time because there's only 2 firms. So I was worried that we were gonna have like 10 and we're gonna have to sort out the top 4 or 5, but we don't have to do that because there's only 2. So, yeah, I think we just need to come up with a process. We can use the same process as we used for engineering firm. And then just change the questions or what do you all think?
Well, since there's 2, I said, keep it simple. I mean, you know, we don't have to go through anything elaborate, as long as there's 2. Gary, you had an idea. I jumped ahead of you.
No, you didn't. This is new to me. I mean, this is the first time I would have participated in this particular process, but you're suggesting that they make a presentation and we offer questions. And then we have some sort of a rating guide that we use to determine our whatever. We score them on a scale of 1 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah, so usually they'll come and give a presentation. I mean, this will be our first legal and
40 years,
but for engineering, at least they've give a presentation. It's what they have to offer and what they can do, the services they can provide.
Right.
A lot of times, any questions you have will be answered in the presentation, but it's also a nice way that's already outlined. It's much like interviewing a, candidate for a job, but it's, it's systematic.
Yeah, I understand that. And I'm not suggesting I don't get it, but do we have a standard scoring?
Well, that's why I just brought up, like, I'm assuming we still have our scoring from the engineering RFPs. I'm assuming that information was kept.
I don't know,
At least-
Leah, what do you think?
Working through getting files back that were inadvertently removed when I was not here. So that's questionable. We'd have to probably dig through paper files and those.
It shouldn't be that hard to come up with a few questions, though.
Yeah, if I may make a suggestion that we can either all individually offer some questions to somebody who's going to sort through them and decide which 5 questions we want to ask or whatever. But whatever they are, we ask the same questions to the same, or have the same questions for each of the 2 candidates. Correct? Okay,
Yeah, as long as it's equal.
yeah.
I can see if I can find like questions and scoring that other townships or cities have used when going through a legal RFP and offer those suggestions as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna suggest I'd be more than happy to look into some of that as well. We're using the same resources, but I'd hate to go into it with no questions and then just sort of do it willy-nilly. But the scoring, again, to me is important, and whatever method we use, we apply that in a way that we can get a differentiation. And
Well, Chris, you worked with this. Do you have an idea?
You can call Jim Goshold at St. Louis County and ask him for example of the CHIPS RFPs that they've done. That's a legal service that St. Louis County has done.
I think maybe we keep it a little smaller and just contact Matt.
I'm just simply saying, as far as an example of scoring sheets for a comparable service.
And
I'm not saying the entire process, but if you're gonna go straight to the scoring methodology and how they've evaluated and how they've conducted the interviews, you can use that as a like equal comparison.
That'd be a good one. I mean, Jim's chair of the planning commission, so.
I think that's a good idea. Thank you.
yeah, good suggestion. Thank you, Chris.
And contact Matt maybe for a, see if we can get a list of questions that other townships use.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a resource I would have gone to as well.
Would you mind, since you work more with Jim, would you mind contacting Jim and?
Not at all. I can do that.
Yeah, on that committee.
One final thing to add on that, if, when, I was still employed by St. Louis County, if I recall, Dale Minkinen was the procurement specialist assigned to that specific RFP, but Jim served as one of the evaluators.
Okay, I'll contact Jim and I'm sure if he feels that he's not equipped, he would lead me in the right direction. I'm confident.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He'll point you more than likely to the purchasing division and then they can give you a copy.
Okay,
But typically for data requests for St. Louis County, it goes through Jim. So that's where I'm saying he should be able to get you the information.
okay, thank you.
So you're willing,
Yeah,
Willing to do
yeah,
that?
absolutely.
everybody okay with that? Instead of having 5 different people look at 5 different sources, and you want to bring something back to the next meeting and
Yeah, or yes, simply, yes.
then we can set something up towards the end of April. I think we're shooting for June 1st to have this all done, so it looks like it could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would,
No,
Alright.
we're right on track.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
New business, we have nothing. We'll move on to personnel reports. Leah, do you have anything for us?
Nothing.
Welcome back.
Thanks for a little bit.
Kyle?
Have anything either.
Well, welcome back. Casey?
I didn't even know you were gone.
For the month of February, we had I had called for clears. 82 of those I handled.
Very good, thank you. Josh?
Nothing really. Road crew's been busy moving snow and spring.
Well, tremendous job this winter. Tell the guys too, from the board, or at least from my standpoint, wonderful, wonderful.
Can I chime in on that? After the last snowstorm, Josh asked me to share publicly where they were at as far as gravel road maintenance and stuff, and I just wanted to bring to the board's attention, the community also had nothing but positive to say in that post, and there was a lot of positive, thank you for the hard efforts that you've been doing, and a lot of community appreciation, and I just wanted to take a minute to recognize that.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Jerry, anything from school board?
Yeah, just a few things. We, the board okayed or accepted, Superintendent Fisher's resignation on March 9th. So I'm busy getting together the post to put out. We've also hired, a consulting firm to help us with that selection. We want to be completely transparent and, look for the very, very best candidate for the school. So we'll be working on that. I'm hoping to have a posting out within, sometime next week is what my hopes are. We did meet with Carlton County, road, department, and, we walked through a bunch of different scenarios for the roundabout in downtown Esko. And they picked out one that I think the school can probably live with a few tweaks, which they're going to be bringing, that marked up proposal back to the school board sometime, or at least send it to us email. So that is still ongoing. They are still planning a roundabout. And then Officer Hazier is going to be meeting with our school crossing guard and just kind of look at that whole scenario and stuff as well. So we cover all bases for what we think will be safe for the kids and the folks at school. So we'll continue to work on that, and we'll keep the board here up to date on what we find. Hopefully they'll meet with the whole group of us again and go through the final plans. That's all I have.
All right, thanks, Jerry. On to reports from board members. Nathan.
I was at the school board meeting last week. Yesterday I traveled to the Capitol for a hearing in the Senate Tax Committee in the morning for one of the fire district's priorities, the local option sales tax, which would be in Cloquet and Scanlon, and that hearing did go really well. I was able to meet with Senator Rarick after that, and then Representative Dotseth later in the afternoon regarding the township's bonding request, was able to give them an update on the Randall Avenue project because they hadn't received that before, and then go into a lot more detail about the project and the benefit for our community than I've been able to before. So I'd say I had some really productive meetings yesterday, and then got home in time for the fire district meeting last night.
Did you get any sleep?
No.
I don't need sleep.
All right, you've been busy.
Mhm.
Gary.
I'm not sure. Are you gonna report on the zoning?
I will, since I'm the lead.
Since you were the liaison?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have anything to report then.
Nothing to report.
Yeah, I was also at that meeting with the school in the county. Yeah, I think it's coming along. They're very open to changes. I will say that there was 5 options to pick from. They were all a roundabout. So just in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah.
There wasn't another option. But yeah, I think it's come a long ways from start to where they're at now with it. And I think it'll probably work pretty well for us, all said and done. That's all I got. Logan?
Monday, community ed meeting, nothing real big to report there, aside from Michelle Carlson's tenure's winding down, coming to an end. Her replacement is kind of hanging in the wind with whatever is going on with the superintendent. Whether or not they wait to fill a superintendent position and then have them weigh in on the hiring of community ed director. So that's kind of sounds like the direction it's gonna go. But yeah, more to come on that. Then Tuesday we had a zoning and planning meeting. 2 topics discussed. One was the cannabis. That one was tabled until Tuesday. Mr. Pritchard's going to be doing a little additional research on some questions that were raised and getting some clarity on that. And then the second item was the rezoning of a section of Highway Commercial District to LA2, which is multifamily residential, and that was denied. So besides that, nothing.
All right, thank you. Tiffany?
I just got this email from North Shore Bank where we have one of our CDs. One of them has matured and is available for reinvestment. If we do nothing and just let it roll, it'll reinvest in a 12-month at only 1.49%. Some other options are to do a 5-month at 4.1 or a 9-month at 3.15. And then they said they're also offering a 5-month special rate of 4.25 if you add an additional 10,000 plus to an existing CD.
How much is the CD currently?
It's 100,000 plus whatever interest it has made.
Did you bounce that off our auditors at all?
I just got this email today.
Okay,
Um,
curious to
if
hear.
we have just until the 29th to decide, if we do nothing, then on the 29th it'll go in that 12-month at only 1.49.
How many CDs do we have?
I think we have 4 separate ones, all roughly around 100,000 each.
How are they staggered?
That I don't know. I know this one is in this bank and the other 3 are in the other bank, so I don't know if those other 3 are all at the same time.
Oh, thinking it might be nice to maybe take some of the money invested now and then a month later invest in, so at least they stagger, they mature at staggered increments.
Yeah, I don't know what the other three are either.
Right,
I can check on them, but.
but you have to have an answer for the 29th.
So
Yeah,
the other
on
three
this
we could-
one, we gotta decide.
The other three we could change. This one, I'd say we just do what we've done. Have some with the highest interest rate.
Do you wanna throw an extra 10,000 in it to get that special rate at 4.25?
Compared to,
Compared to the next highest is 4.1.
What if we give Tiffany the authority to make the move for, after she talks to the auditors as well?
Following the auditor's recommendation.
Yeah,
I would agree with that.
so Ruth, you're making a motion.
I'll make a motion to allow Tiffany to talk to the auditors and make the best decision with the CD on her discretion and theirs.
We have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Logan. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Sounds good.
Yeah, if you could do some digging on our other CDs.
Yeah, for
'cause
sure.
it Might make sense to stagger them a little bit
Yeah.
more, so at least our money's.
Yeah.
Nice thing about it, it's only, this one's only 5 months, so it's-
Right.
at least we're not locked in.
But I mean, I've seen some CDs right now that are going for almost 8% for 12.
I've seen 6.
So
Yeah, okay, well, we'll do that with that one. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Dave? Welcome back.
No, thank you. I'm,
I've seen you a lot this week.
I was at that meeting on Tuesday, so I'm kind of digging in on some research, mostly tomorrow and Monday, try to figure out what options we've got. One, I'll tell you that I had one question about whether the town has an option to just opt out of cannabis. And the answer is a pretty easy no. We can opt out of regulating cannabis. But the statute doesn't give us room to opt out of sales or distribution or growing or anything like that. It's just, if we opt out, then then the county would have to step in. The county has a choice. They can or may not. St. Louis County just has recently notified all townships and small cities that they are not going to regulate. And so, for example, we're the city attorney for Floodwood. So we just did very rushed ordinance framework for the city of Floodwood because previously St. Louis County had said that they would regulate. And so, and the problem is if the local authority says we're not going to, and then the county, like St. Louis County says we're not going to, then you're in the Wild West. There's no the state will still issue permits, but there's no regulation. So we can't, so just so you know, I mean, that's, I'm kind of telling you stuff as we're running into it, but there's no, as much as we might like to say, hey, we choose not to do that, we can't, so.
That's interesting.
Yes, there's a lot to learn. Well, thanks for digging into that, Dave.
Yeah, more to come.
As soon as we figure it out, it's all gonna change anyway.
Yeah, I think.
All right, if there's nothing else, I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion. Second.
From Logan, second from Nathan, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned. Thank you.
I was on the phone and